Farms are the foundation of society. Before farms, we had to move with the animals and to climates where plants still grew during the winter months. But once agriculture was invented, we could stay in one place and form bigger nations. As time went on, our farms got bigger with the development of new technologies. For example, the invention of canals and aqueducts let us move farther inland and off rivers to land that were easier to farm. Also, the invention of the tractor helped farmers farm more land efficiently. Today, most of the Midwest has farms producing majority of the food around the world, producing $164.7 billion each year for the US. Farms also provide us with wood for our homes, cotton for our clothes, cattle for milk and meat, and plants for all sorts of food items like wheat for bread and pasta. To get more information, I asked the land manager for Broughton Land Company why farms are important.
So, farming is important to feed the world. We grow a lot of wheat and peas and barley and garbanzo beans and lentils, and they're all food sources for us. Our wheat is mainly used for pasta and making breads, and the world needs to eats a lot of pasta and bread every day, and we're just part of that. You can see in the background we also raise cattle. Um, we have 700 head of cattle. We usually sell 500 of them or so a year, the calves, and send them off to the markets. And you might think that's a lot, but it's just a drop in the bucket of what the United States uh, um, eats every day. Every day there's something like 300,000 cows that are processed at the facilities so they can feed the United States.
And another question is, how are you seeing farming evolve in the future?
Well, farming has changed a whole bunch. I mean, it used to be that we couldn't farm very many acres a year because we had small tractors and we couldn't get much done. Now, with these bigger tractors, we can cover a lot more acres per day. And so we used to not even farm all of our land. We'd leave half of it idle a year, and then because we couldn't get over all of it. And so we would do a practice called summer fallow, which is mean just leaving the land idle. And now with the equipment we have, we can get over every acre and grow a crop on every acre every year, which is better for the soil because we're putting more nutrients back into the soil. We're putting more organic back in the soil, or matter back in the soil, and we've reduced erosion immensely. We have lots of steep hills around here, and when I was a kid growing up, I mean, there used to be huge ditches where the soil would run off the hill in the gullies, and we've eliminated that. So we made huge progress. Um, GPS has been huge for us. We use it to guide our tractors. Once we've made a few rounds around the field, the tractor will get right on the mark where it needs to be, and its precision is way better than a human can drive. And so, like when we drive, we'll always have like a 10% overrun. But if you let the tractor do the driving and it knows exactly where to go, the overrun is only about 1%. So I just see that improving and improving in the future. Um, our technology with sprayers, they used to have lots of overage also when they sprayed because parts of the field you'd had to spray twice as you come into a corner. But now with GPS, it actually turns on each individual nozzle on the sprayers automatically and shuts them off when it gets into an area that's been sprayed. And so we've reduced a lot of our chemical use, and it's really a fun thing.
Without farming, we would not be able to invent the stuff we use every day. Farming allowed us to focus on other things like building homes, creating shops, and forming governments. It also allowed us to live longer as we did not need to fight for our food. Lastly, farms helped prevent floods by diverting rivers to the farm fields than the towns. Also helped with erosion with the plants holding the ground together.